I'm with Fairmont Firebirds head coach Dave Miller as we approach week 7. Looking at Centerville, schedule doesn't get any easier, Coach. So let's talk a little bit before we talk about last week's game. It took through mid-season for the hot weather to leave. How has that adjusted how you organize and execute your practices?
We don't really bury it. Our guys do a good job acclimating all the way back in December. So for them, that heat really didn't affect them. I thought they handled everything really well. It was nice to have that Friday night. It was nice and crisp, but outside of that, no, it hasn't really changed anything. We give them the extra water breaks and things like that, or did when the heat was as bad as it was. But our kids really handled it well. We didn't see anything with them.
As far as practices go, how has getting that first win affected the mood of practices this week?
There's a little more, up in their step there, but I think we had pretty physical practices this week. Not maybe our best practices, but we had a pretty good one and one that wasn't so good. But the physicality was different. I think we were way more physical this week than we have been. So I think maybe that was a key difference. Outside of that, it's business as usual for them. So.
Your team outgained Miamisburg by 200 yards. Other than the 2 turnovers and 6 penalties, how would you evaluate the team's performance?
Really good. We moved the ball well. We just didn't finish. That could have easily, should have been 21-7, but easily could have been 35-7 if we finished our drives and not put the ball on the ground. So, it was one of those that we did a lot of good things, but there was a lot of stuff we had to work on, this week, and ball security being at the top of that list. And the defense played, again, pretty well. They were getting better each week, and their offensive line was better than what we gave them credit for, and learning a new system. They just continue to get better. They're going to win some games this year. You can really tell that's going to happen at the end of the season. But overall, good performance.
Hillen is getting more comfortable each week rushing the ball. Last week, 119 yards. Can you talk about the progress he continuously makes?
Well, he's maturing. Each week he gets better, and it's just I think he's starting to understand the difference between half of a freshman season really, and varsity football, which we're asking him a lot, to do here. But he's done very well. I was very happy with what he did. Had a really good game, and took some pounding, but also gave some. So at the end of the game, his runs got stronger, and the O-line did a really nice job against a pretty good defensive line. Again, they had some players. Number 90 was as good as we've seen all year. So, good job, overall.
Can you talk about the 2 touchdown passes from Hillen to Keon Wright, who seem to be developing into a deep threat?
Well, it's the nature of our offense. You can't go to sleep because there are things that are there. We're aware of it, and it's really a matter of choice. We saw them. We saw that they were there and took advantage of them. I don't know about the timing. It just kind of sometimes you just that's guesswork. But those things are going to be there with how we play because people start to load the line of scrimmage, and there's going to be potential for wide open receivers. So they did a good job taking advantage of it, and Keon is the fastest kid on our team. So getting him the ball is always good.
So this week, another prolific passer to go against. Tops in the G-Walk is Chase Harrison. What makes him so dangerous for your defense?
Well, he's really accurate. He spent a lot of time working on honing his skills, and he's a really good quarterback. He's only going to get better. So we just have to minimize the damage. We're not going to stop him. He's going to complete passes. That's just how it is. But hopefully we get guys in the right spots at the right time and try to get him off the field because that's a challenge. He's good, and he has some good receivers to throw to. So it's again, name of the game for us is keep him off the field. That we get 30-plus minutes time of possession, which is going to be really hard against their defense, then we have a good shot.
And Will Linkhart has 44 catches and 9 touchdowns. How do you look to slow him down?
Again, you just got to try to do that. It's then they've got other weapons. Cam Smith, and they've got good tight end. Connor Walls comes in. He's a defensive player. And then a couple other good receivers. In addition to that, they spread it around, but he is their guy. He's 6'5", transfer from Beaver Creek. But just slow them down the best we can and try to keep them off the field. That's how we operate.
And finally, what defensive front alignments do you expect to go up against that will involve their leading tackler, defensive back Jonathan Bruder?
Well, probably what they played the last 3 years, which is a pretty special defense for us. They shut us down last year. So we've practiced against it all week, and if they throw something else at us, we'll be ready for that too, hopefully. But it's a challenge. They make you, in a lot of ways, kind of beat them left-handed, so to speak. So I think we've got a good game plan. If we execute, we didn't execute very well last year, and so we got to do a better job. Again, the part of that scenario is helping our defense out is stay on the field on offense, as much as we can. So it's going to be a challenge.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and have a good game Friday.
No problem. Thanks.